Manchester United's United States tour, 6 talking points as Jose Mourinho's men prepare to return home. Manchester United's pre-season tour of the United States ended in victory, as they defeated European champions Real Madrid 2-1 on Tuesday night. There have been plenty of ups and downs for Jose Mourinho and his side in the US as they prepare for the Premier League kickoff on August 10. The Portuguese has been vocal over his unhappiness at the lack of time between the World Cup and the season's beginning, meaning a number of his players remain on holiday, as he attempts to close the gap on last term's runaway title winners, Manchester City. United's US tour has certainly made for interesting viewing, with a number of young players being offered their chance to stake a first-team claim, not to mention a few who have come in from the cold. So what has it taught us? Whose stock has risen and whose has dipped? Here's a look at 6 talking points from United's trip stateside. With Anthony Martial having left the US tour to be with his partner, who is about to give birth, and Romelu Lukaku and Marcus Rashford on extended post-World Cup breaks, there was a void up front for United. It was filled by Alexis Sanchez, who starred in the States and, having failed to shine in the second half of last season, looks well set to fly at Old Trafford in the new campaign. To open the scoring in the 12th minute with a composed finish after being put through by Juan Mata. After a first full summer off in 9 years, the Chilean looks hungry and fresh. He was the standout player in the clash with AC Milan, and scored and assisted in the finale against Real Madrid. The 29-year-old looks lean and has led by example. He has been a major plus for Mourinho. After 2 loan spells at Granada and Valencia, Andreas Pereira has returned to United for the latest attempt to prove himself worthy of a run in the side. With Paul Pogba yet to return from his extended post-World Cup break, Nemanja Matic injured and new £52 million signing Fred having just joined up with his new teammates, only starting the tour finale, the start of the season may afford Pereira the chance he craves. The 22-year-old, currently playing as a number 6, is certainly doing all he can to impress boss Jose Mourinho and scored a tremendous free-kick in the loss to Liverpool. Recent seasons have seen him play in pre-season, then fail to make matchday squads when the real stuff kicked off, before heading out to Spain. This time around, he has played himself into contention. Anthony Martial's agent started the summer making clear that the French forward wants to leave Old Trafford and his departure now appears increasingly inevitable. Mourinho handed Martial his chance to stake his claim to be a key first-team player this season and he started the opening 2 friendly encounters. But his failure to return to the US after the birth of his second child has so irked the Portuguese that his future is once more in question. United do not believe Martial, who wants to quit the Reds, has trained for the past 8 days, since leaving the tour, and are ready to hit him with a £180,000 fine, 2 weeks' wages. Mourinho has grown increasingly irritated by questions over Martial. Asked if Martial would be leaving after the Madrid match, he dodged, saying, "Anthony Martial is better for Karen, United's press officer, to answer if she wants to answer." The United boss was pressed on whether Martial would be part of his squad upon their return to Manchester and would only say, "I don't know." Mourinho wants to offload Martial, after coming to the conclusion the 22-year-old forward is simply not mentally strong enough to play under him. The issue he has is that United are keen on recouping something like £70 million. Will anyone pay that? Mourinho has used the tour to toy with playing a back 3. United used the formation against AC Milan, Liverpool and Real Madrid, albeit with mixed results. The system fell apart for Milan's equalizer in that encounter, as Axel Tuanzebe lost Suso, while Eric Bailly and Chris Smalling proceeded to play the Milan striker onside. Against Liverpool, a youthful United side were blown apart as the Merseysiders' extra first-team quality proved telling, but United stood firm against Madrid, albeit conceding when a cross was too easily allowed and Karim Benzema nipped in unchecked. The one signing Mourinho is confident of making before transfer deadline day on August 9 is Leicester and England defender Harry Maguire, and the Madrid game underlined the pressing need for a centre-back of real quality and stature around whom the United boss can build his defence. Mourinho's decision to play Scott McTominay back there looked like he was making a point. Much is expected of United's new £52 million midfielder, signed from Shakhtar Donetsk and a target for Premier League champions Manchester City, until they switched their interests to Jorginho, who chose Chelsea over them. Fred came on for the final 20 minutes of United's 4-1 defeat to Liverpool in Michigan, but in his full debut against Real the Brazil international looked lively and sharp, without doing anything spectacular. The midfielder, who did not play a minute at the World Cup after going to Russia carrying an injury, recycled the ball with assurance and gave a glimpse of his impressive passing range, before his withdrawal with 22 minutes left. The only blot was when he lost possession just outside his own area, affording Real's Borja Mayoral a shot at goal. With Paul Pogba and Marouane Fellaini not yet back from their post-World Cup breaks, Nemanja Matic recovering from abdominal surgery and McTominay going off injured, Fred looks likely to start against Leicester a week on Friday. Luke Shaw has said all the right things while away, stating that he is determined to make himself United's number one at left-back still. But facing a make-or-break season, his fifth at United, and with Mourinho ready to give him one last chance, he struggled to make a real impression. After an impressive outing in the tour opener against Club America in Phoenix, Shaw regressed against San Jose Earthquakes, enduring a tough time down his flank in the first 45 minutes. Against AC Milan Shaw lasted 74 minutes, but did little of note, and lost the ball right under Mourinho's nose, moments before he was hooked, and walked straight to the dressing room with a member of United's backroom team. Shaw played against Real Madrid for the duration, having missed the Liverpool loss, and looked more composed. However, Mourinho will still want more, and Shaw needs to find an extra gear when they meet Leicester on opening night.